So let's see, where were we over here? Let's see, we had a bad end with Kano because we were questioning that guy and it took too long. We still have stuff to do with Norikawa. We were making eggs on Osawa's route. We did a jump with Tama. Oh, we have to find out. You know what? We're gonna jump right in over here because we have to find out how the heck Tama beat the street fight. We challenged. What was her name? Miku. We challenged Miku, who is the reigning boxing champion, and then the next thing we know, on like Minorikawa's route or something, she's walking home trying to figure out what to do after retiring from losing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Let me just take a drink. I'm gonna be drinking a lot of water because this makes my voice very scratchy. Okay. Miku and I marched out of the shop. Out on the pavement, we stare each other down. So, if you win, I'll let you buy the burning hammer, Miku says. But if I win, I get to keep it and you have to pay for it. What? Isn't that a little unfair? If you don't like it, then it's no fight, no deal. Also, let me know if there's like an echo or anything with either my voice or the game. Because it's hard for me to check on my own time. I don't have time to rethink this. Alright. Ready whenever you are. Miku does a little brisk shadowboxing, throwing a repeated 1-2 combination. Shadowboxing, a training technique for boxing, involves practicing strikes, guards, and evasions against an opponent who isn't actually there. I think we saw that once. Whoa, what's the deal? There's something going on? It's a street fight. A number of people passed by, including a businessman, a couple, as well as some pretty gruff-looking fellows. So the couple was Ache. The gruff-looking fellows, Asao Ozu and his underlings, Yutaro Sagawa, members of the Tenryugumi Yakuza Syndicate. The Tenryugumi operates a lending firm called Tarakata Financing, and these two have been tasked with collecting outstanding debts. They've already collected from one client today. Next, they plan on grabbing lunch before heading off to find the next target. I have a feeling that that's plot relevant also. The sales demo's already started by now. Whoops. I don't have time to goof around here. I watch as Miku starts up her footwork. Oh. Left jab. She's quick. I can see why she's the champion. Ah! She immediately follows up with a jab with a right hook. Oop. Oh, missed that. Sorry. I jerk aside at the last possible moment to deliver a little swat to Miku's shoulders. Whoa! She slips off balance and pitches forward. What? Oh wow, what was that? The crowd starts clamoring. Miku rights herself and gets back into a fighting stance. What the? How? She doesn't even seem to know what just happened. Ah! This time I watch she unleashes a kick with her left leg from distance. On reflex, I bring up my right hand to adopt a guarding stance. Gotcha! She calls out. It was her feint. Oh! There's a visceral whump as the second kick connects, coming at me from a different angle. Oh, what gives? My big mascot head serves to cushion the blow to the point that I barely feel it. Yeah, that guy in the suit, yeah. Hey-ya! She proceeds to unleash a string of additional kicks with her left leg, trying to defeat my fuzzy armor. Eventually, I catch hold of her foot, holding her off balance. I begin to walk backward, making her hop awkwardly on one leg. I love that being stuck in this stupid mascot suit has turned us invincible. Oh my god. Ah! Casual flip of my pawn, Miku goes whirling through the air. Ah! The crowd erupts into cheering and applause at the spectacle. Huh. You're tough. Who the heck are you? As you can see, I am a cat. A wry smile comes to Miku's face. To think a bride competitor would lose in a street fight. Guess it's time to go back to being an ordinary girl. Today's the day I retire. You don't have to retire, I just want the stupid burning hammer. Whew. Good match there. Miku clasps my hand firmly. But hey, I'm just glad that my last opponent was you. Aw. What is this? What a bizarre game. I hoist up the boxes of the diet drink. So, how much does this come to? I ask the sales clerk. He shakes his head. Oh, don't worry about payment. You've more than earned it with that spectacular display just now. It was really something. Heck, even I am shocked at what just happened. It's amazing what a little desperation will do to you for you. So that move you used, that was some Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, yeah? Traditional Japanese martial art that emphasizes learning to anticipate opponents' first move and instantaneously counterattack. Skilled practitioners can toss and throw opponents with a simple touch. The art predates the development of the more pacifistic Aikido, and so some dangerous techniques still remain. We're actually using Neo Aikido. Huh? Oh, I guess? I tilt my head non-committally. Come now, there's no need to be so humble. I'm a martial arts fanatic. I know my moves when I see them. Knick-Knack shop owner Taisei Yasuda watches roughly 350 martial arts fights a year. That's almost one every day. He's particularly fond of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and is thinking about studying it himself. There's a dojo he's been eyeing, but he's rather timid and has thus far only waffled non-committally outside the entrance to the place. He can call it whenever he wants. He can call it whatever he wants if he's willing to let me have the drinks for free. This is gonna be a lifesaver. You know, lifesaver. Is that all the shopping you'll be doing with us today? He asks. Actually, come to think of it, I do have one request, I say. Sure thing. Could you please not sell that necklace there? I promise I'll be back to buy it later. Sure, no problem. The sales clerk gives a deep bow. I did it. I managed to solve my burning hammer problem. Now I just gotta get back to the sales demo. Oh, that must be awfully heavy. Here, why don't you use that dolly? The sales clerk indicates the hand truck over there in the corner. I forgot if there's a button that disables the screen. Thanks so much. I just love this picture of the guy pointing at him. I load the pile of boxes onto the cart and rush back to the Nakane building. By now, the sales demo will be well underway. I need to get back as soon as I can. If there's nothing to buy, the customers are going to leave, and everything I've gone through will have been for nothing. Come on, Tama, you can do it. Just gotta hurry. I charge for the demo, pushing the dolly ahead of me like a battering ram. This isn't going to work. Ah, oops, sorry to keep you waiting. You're late. What the heck have you been doing? Mr. Yanagashita practically throws himself at me. The weight must have been killing him. Standing behind him is a man I don't recognize. Who is that guy? Oh, shoot, I didn't want to jump. No. I'm not jumping right now. We're not jumping to Minorikawa. He doesn't look like a customer. Okay, Tama, just come with me for a minute. I follow Mr. Yanagashita back into the break room. Sorry I'm late. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened, but look, I got the product back. I proudly opened one of the cardboard boxes. Ah, it's a burning hammer. It really is. Yanagashita clutches the box closely, nuzzling it with his cheek. How's the demo going, I ask. I've got Chiri keep them occupied with some magic tricks. Oh my god! I sneak peek through the door and see Chiri guzzling orange juice from a gigantic container, drinking it in one go. What is up with Chiri? Is that really a magic trick? If it buys us time, it's magic enough! Oh my god! Before long, the last of the juice is gone! Over in the corner of the stage, you see 6 more huge containers, all likewise empty! Where did it go? There's a limit, I think 6 of those is more than the volume of a human body. It's shocking to think she may have drunk all 7 of those things dry. She's Kirby, apparently she has a black hole somewhere. The audience erupts into sincere applause like they've forgotten what they originally came for. Chiri comes back in the break room positively drenched in sweat. I think I should have stuck to doing imitations for a bit longer. No, that was fantastic, Chiri, Mr. Yanagashita says. Just fantastic. Thanks to you, we had enough time to get the burning hammer back. He bows profusely. Alright, now's the time for the main event. Chiri, go there and guzzle down some burning hammer. Get yourself all drenched in sweat. Got it? Hi, boss. And Tama, just go up there, smile all big, and say, this helped me lose a bunch of weight, too. Got it? Got it. Good, now then, Yanagashita gestures to a man who I hadn't noticed before, has been waiting quietly nearby. Of course, begging your pardon, miss. It's a service rep from the rental shop who proceeds to try to get me out of my mascot suit. Masamichi Fukuma, employee of the Far East Costume Rentals, the only son of the company president Shigemichi Fukuma. He is one of the few people who know what Shigemichi looks like, as his father is usually clad in a rabbit costume. Alright? Masamichi has harbored a strong dislike for both his father and mascot costumes ever since the old man showed up at school on Parents' Day one year dressed in his inevitable rabbit suit. Nonetheless, the son has acquiesced his father's wishes, and someday he'll inherit the family business. There's a lot going on here for just a character that's showing up. Yeah, good luck trying to get this off of me. Huh. Oh, that's odd. The rental guy tilts his head. What's the matter? Yanagashita asks nervously. Yeah, this is a no-go. The rental guy pokes his finger at the back of my suit. This here zipper, it's all jammed up. It's gonna take a long time to get this thing off. What the hell? Mr. Yanagashita clutches the sides of his head. The rental guy tries tugging at the costume from various angles, hoping to free up the zipper, but like he said, it's no use. Meow. The rental guy's eyes widen at the sudden sound of a cat's mewling. Was that you? He looks at me confused. Did you hear a cat meowing? Yes. Was it you? No, not me. I'm as surprised as he is. Must be hearing things. Oh, the suit's getting to me. Mr. Yanagashita and Chiri don't seem to have heard anything. Yanagashita's fuming. Just my luck! I finally find a cute model and the crowd's never gonna see her. Hey boss, Chiri says, the customers are gonna leave if you keep them waiting much longer. What do we do? Want me to go out there and do some more impressions? Chirigo's repertoire of impressions. 1. A sea lion yawning. 2. A harbor seal hailing a cab. 3. A walrus reading sutras. 4. A fur seal who just can't reach the itchy spot on its back. And 5. A stellar sea lion taking a nap. I appreciate that every single one of her impressions is just a different type of seal or other similar animal. No, we don't have any choice. Tama, you're just gonna have to go out there dressed like that. Are you sure? I ask. If those people go home, we're done for, he exclaims. Just get out there and get started. I'm counting on you too. Oh boy. Ladies, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. Chiri and I spring into action on stage. But now I'm proud to introduce you to the worldwide sensation that is Burning Hammer, the latest product from the West that has taken the diet world by storm. Every seat in the house is packed. That means there's about 40 people here. We only need to sell 5 bottles to each customer in order to sell out. I'm hit with a sudden jolt of motivation. Allow us to explain just how this revolutionary new diet drink works its magic, Chiri begins. The plan is for me to describe how the drink works, and then Chiri will demonstrate with a taste test. All eyes are fixed on us. I begin. For the first time in human history, you can drink a single bottle and lose a whole kilogram. Just drink and burn that excess away. Astonished gasps rise up from the crowd. Just take a look at this marvelous red liquid. Even looking at it makes you feel like you'll be shedding weight, right? Here's how Burning Hammer works. It activates the capsaicin found in chili peppers. Primary spice component of chili pepper is said to be effective for improving blood flow and stimulating the burning of fat. Because it's a fierce skin and eye irritant, is also an ingredient in some forms of pepper spray for personal defense. That's actually true. People take capsaicin pills to help with their metabolism, and it actually has some effect on it. And it doesn't give you the same indigestion stuff that, like, eating a pepper does. I pause to take a deep breath before continuing. And rapidly breaks down the triglycerides responsible for causing obesity. Though the term is frequently used in recent years to simply refer to a state of being overweight, obesity in a clinical sense is a medical condition involving interrelated health issues, including excess body fat, hyperlipidemia, lipidemia, and hyperglycemia. Individuals suffering from obesity are at high risk of complications such as coronary heart disease, diabetes, and sleep apnea. Again, the crowd hums with excitement. This response is better than I could have hoped. We're off to a terrific start. And now this young lady here will demonstrate the burning hammer's effects before your very eyes! Chiri steps into the spotlight. Just wait till you see how much she sweats. Proof that the fat is being burned right there on the spot. I can't wait to see Chiri just drop dead on the floor. Chiri holds the bottle burning hammer up high. Cheers, she says as she opens the bottle. However, one of the women in the front row speaks up. Hold on, she's already sweating pretty hard. She's right, Chiri's drenched in sweat from head to toe. Another woman chimes in suspicious. All of that juice drinking from earlier, was all just to make her sweat like that? That was all just to make her sweat like that, weren't it? All of a sudden, I don't know why we have a southern person. All of a sudden, the crowd is in an uproar. No, not at all. Drinking burning hammer makes you sweat way more than this. I rushed to towel off Chiri's sweat for her. Go on, hurry up, drink it down. Oh, this is gonna... Chiri's face screws up unpleasantly as she gulps down the bottle. And the sweat doesn't come. Oh, why isn't it working? I exclaimed, the audience momentarily forgotten. Guess I've already sweated out too much, Chiri replies unfazed. Well, why were you sweating so much? Look, you were taking forever at the 100 yen shop! The crowd shifts from uproar into riot. Did she just say 100 yen shop? Scowling customers begin to close in. Uh-oh. No, that's not it. You got it all wrong. Please just listen. Oh, we can see what's going on here. The situation has gotten way out of control. Look, this product is so valuable that 100 yen shop is the only way we could get it. Uh-oh. I think I just put my foot in it. Customers glare at me, their eyes bright with rage. Yo! Master Time Thief, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. It put that twice. Thank you for subscribing twice with Prime somehow. You broke Twitch. Congratulations, buddy. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. We're about to die. Also, how come Chiri, every time anyone else has drank the burning hammer, they've just dropped dead? So nice, a sub twice. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Every time anyone else has drank the burning hammer, they've just dropped dead, but Chiri is just unaffected at all. What is this woman made out of? Let's see. Haha, just kidding. Hunk of lamb chop. Okay, I'm going for the hunk of lamb chop. Chiri is a cryptid. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Hunk of lamb chop! It's a clumsy attempt to force it off, but it's my only option. She said hunk of lamb chop, I repeat, meaning that burning hammer is just so incredibly filling, having one tiny bottle will feel like you've eaten a big meaty meal. Yeah, that's what she meant. Uh-huh, sneers one customer, sure. Do they really sell this at 100 yen shops? Rats who didn't manage to distract them. Huh? 100 yen shop? What's that? Answer me! Do they really sell these at 100? Look! I cry. It's the chupacabra! I thrust my arm, speaking of cryptids, thrust my arm out to a point only to accidentally catch one of the attendees in the head with my fuzzy foot. Oh my god. The woman lets out a muted groan and sinks to the ground unconscious. Oh no. You know, we let that fight go to our head and now we've just become a killing machine. The rest of the crowd stares at me stunned. Oops, I murmur. Tama! Shouts Mr. Yanagashita running out of the break room. What the heck are you doing? Abort! Abort! He yells. If you let these people know the truth about this stuff, they'll never buy it. Uh-oh. Now you've done it. Chiri doesn't hesitate to point the finger at him, her stare ferocious. Oh! Whoops! Realizing I just blurred out, Mr. Yanagashita is aghast. I love this man. Every face he makes is perfect and beautiful. Oh, he's dead. He is going to die. Now there really is no saving this. Customers descend upon Mr. Yanagashita, their wrath a terror to behold. Never ever make enemies of middle-aged housewives. So then it is true. What the hell are you trying to pull? I can't believe you tried to sell this crap for these prices. Uh-oh. They're all closer now. Uh-oh. The throng goes on the attack. Worse than the mafia. Chiri and I force our way through the angry mob, hoping to find some way to calm these people down. Cursing and profanity fill the air. The shouts are accompanied by merciless open-hand slaps. Luckily, I have my armor. Rip. I get all jostled and tumbled about, and my mascot costume takes a bad beating. Oh no. Finally, the storm passes. I feel like this is... Oh, God. Is this going to be a bad end, or are we still going? Let's see. It's over. It's all over. Mr. Yanagashita wails to the empty room. So, boss? About getting paid? Even Chiri seems hesitant to ask. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, obviously. Yanagashita doesn't so much as look up, his shoulders slump further in defeat. I'll take payment in kind then, Chiri says. Mind if I take this burning hammer home with me? Sure, Yanagashita says lifelessly. Go right ahead. Alright, I'll be off then. Later, Tama. God, she's literally the only human on Earth that can just drink that and it's fine. But this is also after drinking 7 water jugs of orange juice in a row. What a scary person. Alright. Chiri picks up the cardboard boxes and heads out. Sir? It's the man from the rental place. Oh, sir? It's the man from the rental place. I believe you still owe me for the costume rentals? Oh, right. How much was it again? Mr. Yanagashita rummages in his pockets. Well, given the severe damage, I'm afraid to have to add the full cost of the catsuit to your bill. Oh, no! Your total comes to 200,000 yen! Oh, no! Was that 200 yen? No, sir, 200,000! Sorry, I can't hear at all. I think I might have ruptured my eardrum. 200,000 yen, sir! Okay. Yanagashita takes all the cash he has in his wallet and holds it out reluctantly. That's only 20,000, sir. Oh, look at me I got stuff poked into my face now. The rental guy furrows his brow. I'm afraid this won't cover it. I understand that, but I don't got no more than this. Don't got no more? Sir, please, you're not a child. Then give me a discount. Make it 20,000. Instead of that 200 you owe? You know I can't do that, sir. But Mr. Yanagashita refuses to back down. Oh, that's right. Insurance. I got insurance in the event the suit wound up damaged. No, you didn't. No, I did. You did not, sir. No, I did. Then where's your paperwork to prove it? Yanagashita calmly claps a hand to his chest. Right here. The paperwork is here inside my heart. I love this man. The rental guy clutches the sides of his head in exasperation. And believe me, I feel his pain. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to leave this to my boss. Oh boy. Shigemichi Fukuma, president and owner of the Far East Costume Rentals, notable for the fact that he's usually wearing his favorite rabbit costume. To Shigemichi, his costumes are like his children. If he were to hear that one of his suits had been ruined, he would probably never forgive Yanagashita, adding to the man's already considerable list of enemies. Turning his back on the ruins of the sales demo, he slumps his way out of the room. Oh boy. Excuse me. Now it's just me and Mr. Yanagashita. Please try not to let it get you down so much, sir, I say as cheerfully as I can muster. He's already down on the floor, sobbing mess. You wouldn't know what it's like to feel so utterly hopeless. I think I might have an idea, sir. In fact, I'm sure of it. At this point, there's nothing more I can possibly do. He slumps forward, trembling like a willow tree. Things will turn around soon enough, I'm sure. You don't know me like I know me, he says. There's not going to be any turnaround, not after this. Okay, now this little pity party is starting to piss me off. You know, if you think you're the only person who had a run of bad luck, you're dead wrong. I wind up shouting the words louder than I intended. Mr. Yanagashita whips his head back up. Yikes, where did that come from? I need to tell you something. My pent-up emotions come surging to the surface. I have amnesia! Yanagashita's eyes go wide. What? I can't remember anything from before this morning. What? Go off, Tama, yeah. In short, amnesia. Amnesia can have a wide variety of causes. Psychogenic amnesia is caused by stress or psychological trauma, whereas in endogenous amnesia, a powerful blow to the head causes physical trauma to the brain. The latter cases, memories and other normal functions frequently return once the cranial nerves recover. So where's this coming from? I don't remember her having amnesia. Did she say that at the beginning of the game? It's been so long. My name, how old I am, where I live, any of it. I would much rather be in your shoes, sir. Mr. Yanagashita looks at me with a hint of disbelief. So where'd you get the name Tama then? I thought of it when I saw the tamagayaki in those lunch boxes. Ah, the tamagayaki. Tama, I get it. He claps himself on the thighs as if he's had some big eureka moment. Jimmy, thank you for subscribing for 15 months. Hope you're doing well, buddy. We just found out that Tama has amnesia, and she can't remember anything from before this game started. I'm fairly sure that was established early. I'm just trying to think back. It's been so long. I'm gonna have to like rewatch the old VODs for it. But wait, how come you lost your memories? Well, I don't know for certain. Obviously, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure I took a hard blow to the head. When I came to, I was inside of a storehouse with a massive headache. A storehouse? Wait a minute. Is she the sister? The kidnapped sister? Have we seen the kidnapped sister? Don't answer that. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way she's actually connected like that. Don't do this to me, game. A surge of vertigo washes through me as I recall waking up in that strange dim place. Yeah, I just got out of there when you flagged me down, sir. Huh, really? So it's pretty unnerving then, not knowing who you are. Sounds like he's taking me seriously now. Yeah, it sure is, but it's not gonna do me any good to just fret over it. And besides, I've got a clue. What sort of clue? There's a necklace I saw at a knick-knack shop, the same place I found the burning hammer. Somehow I know that it's important to me. And so you took this job so you can afford to buy it? I nod. Of course, now that the job has ended in a total bust, I've lost my shot at getting it. Okay then, Mr. Yanagashita removes his shoe and then yanks out the insole. This here really is the last of my money. He pulls out the 20,000 yen, adds it to the other 20,000 from his wallet, and then thrusts it all toward me. Here you go, he says. That includes the reimbursement for the burning hammer you picked up. I pluck 2 of the 10,000 yen bills. Pluck up 2 of the 10,000 yen bills between my fingertips. I actually didn't have to pay for it, so the 20,000 we agreed upon is fine. But how about you, sir? Are you gonna be okay? Like, after all this? Compared to your misfortunes, mine are nothing. They might send me up the creek without a paddle, but I'll bounce back somehow, I'm sure of it. Oh, he's nice. And then, clutching his fist, Mr. Yanagashita gets a far-off look in his eye. And then one more time, I'm gonna go see a bride fight. Oh boy. That's where this has all been leading to? That's why you've been trying to get money? My jaw nearly drops. Bride like the martial arts pub? Wait, you know about Bride? Man, I've spent so much money at that place. Wow, it is a small world. Especially that Miku. Oh no! I'm sorry, I beat her up and forced her into retirement. I wonder how much she has made me spend. Miku, huh? Oh no! I'm pretty sure I just accidentally forced her into retirement, but I decided to keep quiet on that front. Oh no! He nods. To be honest, the reason I borrowed all that money was to pay my tabs at that place. And I had to borrow from some pretty shady sources too. I can't help but suspect this poor guy got a real raw deal. Why didn't you just take that mascot costume with you? Huh? I mean, I don't really need it. No, I insist. Take it with my blessing. Sure. I'll be on my way then. In the hallway, I passed by the man I'd noticed earlier, the one I didn't recognize. Yeah, okay. We're gonna take a little. We still can't jump to Minorikawa. Never mind. We're gonna keep going with Tama. Why can't? The last 2 times it did not let me jump to Minorikawa, but I guess it's because we haven't reached there in his thing. Sales demo is over. I wonder why he's still here. I give him a faint nod. He nods back before slipping into the demo room. Oh, that's not stuff stuck in our face. Those are our whiskers that they've just twisted. I just realized. I'm stupid. Should keep my finger crossed for that guy. Yeah, that's just our whiskers. At last, I'm back outside the building. I feel bad about not returning the catsuit to the man from the rental place. Still, I can't just walk around town wearing this thing. I'll stick out like a sore thumb. I figure it's best to just leave it behind. And then it dawns on me. Hold on, I still can't get this thing off! No, you're dopey. It's time I skin this cat. I need to get rid of the costume. It's not worth the struggle. Yes, this cat's staying in the bag. Yeah, we're heading back to the knick-knack shop. Guess this cat's staying in the bag. A popular folk etymology asserts the expression "let the cat out of the bag" comes from the unscrupulous practices of certain farmers who would sell a pig at a market only to deceive the buyers by surreptitiously swapping out the purchased porker for a cat. The likelihood of anyone mistaking a cat, even one inside a bag, for a pig is however extremely low, let alone the likelihood that enough people would fall for such a scheme to warrant a phrase referring it to it entering the language. It's also, I'm pretty sure, the origin of the phrase pig in a poke, which no one says anymore, sadly. No one uses these phrases. Okay, so we're done with Tama for now. Wow, that was wild. Absolutely wild. Where the heck is Minorikawa? You, buddy. I need to see what's going on with you. What are you doing here? At long last, he arrived at the Nokane building where the event was being held. The wall by the elevator was plastered with posters about burning hammer. Get it or regret it, as seen in magazines. 100% weight loss guaranteed. The messaging was kind of a mess. Felt like they'd been throwing together at the last minute. Minorikawa avoided the elevator. Last time we were in Minorikawa's route, he went upstairs and it was just Tama showing off some garbage or something. Or maybe it was the necklace. And everyone was like, this isn't what we wanted. And that was it. Emerging from the stairwell, he saw more posters on the wall pointing the way to the sales demo. He followed the arrows to a room deeper within the building. Almost dropped my phone on the floor. Opening the door, he saw about 50 chairs, most of them occupied by female attendees. Sorry. There's the stage set up at the far end of the room, but nobody was on it. It appeared that the event had yet to begin. One second. Okay. Roughly half the women were somewhat elderly. All of them looked like they could stand to lose some weight. And for some of them at least, the ship had surely sailed some time ago. You're a very judgmental person. The crowd gazed at the stage with rapt anticipation. A beverage that allowed you to eat plenty and still lose weight was definitely an appetizing proposition. Could something like that really exist, though? Ah, well. Minorikawa was just going to have to wait and see. He did his best to get his mind into journalism mode. Time passed, but the demo didn't start. The audience began grumbling in frustration. Then a heavyset young woman took the stage and gave a little bow. It was the girl from the cafe, the one with the amazing appetite. The audience broke into applause, their patience finally rewarded. We're about to see her guzzle orange juice. But everyone leaned forward expectantly. The girl on the stage began performing magic tricks. She twiddled a silk hat and pulled a bunch of flowers from inside it. Sparse applause rose up from the crowd. The young woman immediately went on to perform another trick. And then another. Ta-da! A coin in her hand became 3 coins as she spoke magic words. She's not very good at this, Minorikawa thought, though whether she was good or bad wasn't really the issue. He had a tight schedule to keep. There was no time to stand around watching silly sleight of hand antics. Scanning the room, he spotted a man who looked like he was probably in charge. Minorikawa headed over to him. Hey, you the one running this thing? Well, yes. When's the actual sales demo going to start? Soon, very soon, yeah. In how many minutes? You know, soon. Ask for a number. Just soon, real soon. This is getting him nowhere. 3 minutes, Minorikawa declared. He held up 3 fingers to emphasize the point. If this thing doesn't start in 3 minutes, if it doesn't start, then what? And I'm gonna be heartbroken. I'm gonna start a ruckus. I'm just gonna go home. He kept his tone clipped and cool. Hey now, no need for that, sir. Just settle down. Who doesn't like a silly little magic show now and then? You got 2 minutes. Hey, a minute can't have passed already. 1 minute. Whoa! Just what kind of watch you got there? Tell me why the demo isn't starting. Well, you know, no real reason, really. The man is getting seriously flustered. I just, I wanted folks to go see a little magic show first. No, try again. 30 seconds left. Okay, alright. What happened is, the required merchandise, What happened to the merchandise? Minorikawa demanded. He gave the guy a dagger stare. Oh, well, it's just, Time's up. What? The man's face went pale. Oh. So is this where we have to jump from Tama's story? I think so. So let's go back to this one. Yeah. Okay. So we need to jump from here. Sorry to keep you waiting. You're late. What the heck have you been doing? Yeah. Okay. We already saw this part. Man, I don't recognize. So we come in just in time. Oops, sorry to keep you waiting, a girl's voice exclaimed. A moment later, a furry figure came in, charging into the demo room. The crowd fell silent at the sight of a young woman in a cat costume. The cat girl panted visibly. Her arms were loaded with cardboard boxes. You're late, the event organizer snapped. What the heck have you been doing? Grabbing the newcomer by one paw, he vanished with her into the back room. The chubby cheek girl wrapped up her magic routine and hurried after them. The audience stared at the now empty stage in confusion. Several minutes passed before the organizer reappeared. "Ladies, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting," he called out, "but now I'm proud to introduce to you the worldwide sensation that is Burning Hammer!" At his signal, the young woman and the cat appeared on stage. "Allow us to explain just how this revolutionary new dye drink works. It's magic!" the young woman exclaimed cheerily. The cat nodded and threw out her arms. "For the first time in human history, you can drink a single bottle and lose a whole kilogram. Just drink and burn that excess weight away." With that, the sales demo went underway, a good 25 minutes behind schedule. 5 minutes into the presentation, things began to go awry. An angry clamor filled the room. "What the heck are you trying to pull? I can't believe you actually tried to sell something like this." The outrage had been triggered by something the young woman on stage had said. She inadvertently let slip that the Burning Hammer was just the sort of thing you could buy at a 100-yen shop. The would-be customers were furious to learn that they were about to be played for suckers. Most of them immediately tried to storm out the room. Now the organizer, the full-figured young woman, and the girl in the cat costume were at the door, doing their best to hold back the tide. Things had gotten pretty interesting, really. Minoru Kawa pulled out his digital camera and started firing off snapshots of the angry crowd. Some modern digital cameras come with a remarkable ability to automatically trigger the shutter when the subject smiles. This function also works if the camera is presented with a TV or photo image of people smiling. There are even cases of cameras recognizing faces in the wood grain of ceilings. After all, if we can make out faces in the wood when we're gazing lazily up at the ceiling, we can't fault a camera for doing the same. Unfortunately, their frenzy was so intense that he was soon caught up with the flow and pushed out of the room. "Fine, I guess I'll just need to do some interviews instead of getting pictures." "Excuse me," he asked one woman, "would you mind if I asked you some—" "Shut your mouth!" "Oh. Would you mind telling me a little about—" "Don't talk to me!" "Can I get a word on—" "Unbelievable! Just unbelievable!" These are all amazing photos. The women were so enraged that Minoru Kawa couldn't get any of them to give him the time of day. Before long, the entire crowd had surged out of the room and departed. "Oh, well, guess I have enough to do to write I've got enough to do a write-up at least. Though it would be nice to get a quote from somebody." Decided to try for an interview with the man who organized the fiasco. This game really is a joy. It is at every corner, it just presents something else fun or weird or interesting. It is one of the most bizarre games, but like that's what I just come to expect from anything that Spike Chunsoft makes that's visual novel. How did this guy feel, for instance, about his product scam falling through? It's like, I appreciate games like Danganronpa a lot because they're just, I feel like they're well made, they have interesting characters and stuff, but like, this has an added layer of the live action, like the pictures, like they had either posed with cameras and just took stills of the footage, or they had everybody pose meticulously for every single shot. And either way, it's like so much work that went into this, like getting the actors, getting the correct shots, getting the, like, there've been, I'm pretty sure we've had like over 1,000 different shots at this point. It's just so good. Do we want to jump back to Tama? Not yet. The cat gave him a tiny nod and walked off without a word. He couldn't see the face of the girl inside the costume, but she seemed genuinely dejected that Burning Hammer had been a bust. "Hey, I'm Minoru Kawa, freelance reporter. I was wondering if I could have 5 minutes of your time?" The organizer sat alone in the midst of his ruined displays. "Oh, it's you." The man's voice had lost all of its earlier punch. Here, my credentials." Minoru Kawa handed him a business card. Man introduced himself as Yanagashita. Minoru Kawa got right down to business. "So, your sales demo is over, Mr. Yanagashita. How do you feel right now?" "How do I feel? Well, tomorrow's another day, I guess." Minoru Kawa was impressed by the guy's candor. "I'm a little surprised to hear that," he said. "I figured you'd be more disappointed." "Oh, I'm plenty disappointed. I took a big gamble here to repay my debts, and I lost." Yanagashita didn't seem to be trying to hide anything. "Debts?" Minoru Kawa asked. Yeah. Also, I remember finding that out when I was looking up the game. All those shots of Shibuya were done in secret because they couldn't get... Yeah, so they essentially just had to keep doing all the shots and then running away when the police arrived. Honestly, like, very, very, what's the term? It's not power move, it's whatever it is, whatever, it's very ballsy. There was a girl I was in love with, Mr. Yanagashita said. I wound up spending everything on her. He stared wistfully into the distance. He's talking about Miku. You're not in love with her, she is a fighter. Ah, interesting, Minarakawa said. I like how this is how it is in his mind. You wouldn't be the first man to go to such lengths for a woman. Yeah, Yanagashita said. I suppose not. A rueful smile crossed his lips. This guy didn't strike Minarakawa as some dyed-in-the-wool scam artist. But I had decided it was time to stop feeling sorry for myself, Yanagashita went on. There are plenty of people in this world who have it way worse off, you know? You got that right. Minarakawa nodded in agreement. Galaxy brain. There we go, galaxy brain. God. My brain was not a galaxy. My brain was just a tiny little planetoid. I'm trying to think of that. So I figure, well, as long as I'm still alive, maybe another opportunity will come my way. A more earnest smile broke through Yanagashita's forlorn expression. Minarakawa wished Tama would have been there to hear this fellow. I have a friend who's in an incredible amount of debt myself, Minarakawa said. He runs a publishing company, but there was a big mix-up with the scratch cards in his magazine and... Scratch cards? It's not important, Minarakawa said hurriedly. Letting more people know about the whole scratch card fiasco certainly wouldn't do Toyama any favors. Yeah, I think it was that like all of them were winners or something. Anyhow, debt is a terrible thing, Minarakawa nodded sagely. Oh, by the way, this is unrelated, but are you familiar with a group called SOS? Apparently there's some legendary street gang here in Shibuya. SOS? Yanagashita shook his head. No, never heard of them. Guess I'm not gonna get any leads on that case here. Minarakawa wondered if there's anything else worth asking this guy. Maybe he'd willing to take his Shibuya Now survey, or... yeah, why not? Maybe Yanagashita would be willing to take his Shibuya Now survey. Taking a little bit of the burden off Chiaki seemed like a good idea. I have another question. How do you feel about your life right now? Huh? How do you feel about your life? Your products aren't selling, you can't repay your debts, and yet you still refuse to give up, believing opportunity will come your way. How do you feel about all that? Yanagashita paused and thought. I'd say I'm a pretty lucky guy. Minarakawa was taken somewhat aback by that response. I haven't been able to sell any burning hammer, and sure I can't pay off my debts, but even so. Yanagashita looked Minarakawa right in the eye. The two cute young girls I got working for me have stuck with me through the thick and thin. Sometimes, maybe you just need to be content with something like that, you know? That was refreshingly forthright. Minarakawa was surprised. And I mean, so what if I got debts? Yanagashita went on. In the long run, none of that matters. Not really. There was a knock at the door. Uh-oh. Oh, excuse me a moment. Yanagashita said. I wonder who that could be. Oh boy. It's the debt collectors. We're gonna die. He opened the door and his face froze. Damn. Wasn't quite quick enough. Mr. Minarakawa? Yeah? You'll have to pardon me. I've had a little something crop up here, so if you don't mind... Oh, sure, not a problem. I've got other interviews I need to get to anyway, so I'll just... But Yanagashita was at the door before Minarakawa could even finish. Stepping into the hall, Minarakawa could faintly hear voices from the adjoining demo room. It sounded like Mr. Yanagashita and two other men. Minarakawa couldn't make out any words, but he could tell they were arguing about something. There's probably some customer complaint against one of his products or an issue with a client company. Something along those lines. Man, people run companies sure have it rough. You hang in there, Mr. Yanagashita. What if it's the guy in the rabbit costume? Oh, perfect timing! Minarakawa stopped short as a familiar voice called out to him. It was the man he'd spoken to earlier that afternoon about the surveillance cameras. Hey, come here for a sec. The man waved him over. This is the 100 yen shop guy, right? What is it? I'm really busy right now. I got a scoop for you. Saw with my own eyes. Minarakawa raised an eyebrow. Give me the details. Okay, so a little while ago I saw some foreign guy in handcuffs arguing with someone who looked like a detective. A foreigner in handcuffs? Had there been some kind of international sting or something? Whatever the case, it wasn't such a rare thing to say. Where was this? Just over there, behind the police station. Norikov furrowed his brow. A suspect arguing with a cop outside a station wasn't all that weird. Still, he had a feeling he was missing something here. Well, the big thing is what happened afterward, the man said. Afterward? The man leaned in conspiratorially. The detective undid the guy's handcuffs and let him run off. What? I'm telling you, man. It's hard to have been like a... It had to have been like a bribe or something. A bribe? That seems unlikely. I swear that's what it had to be. There was some wheel greasing going on. You're not making all this up, are you? Norikov asked. He regarded the man coldly, but the guy still seemed quite legitimately worked up. It's all true. Please, you have to report this to the police right away. Why do I have to? Norikov asked. You have a tip for the police? Go give it yourself. He didn't quite manage to stop himself from saying that out loud. No, I can't. I'm no good when it comes to police. Besides, they're never going to believe someone like me. Okay, so maybe you had a point there. But you're some world-class reporter, right? The cops will totally take your word over that of a random nobody. Norikawa didn't have time to debate the point. It was easier to just make the call. He phoned up the police to leave the tip. The man bowed repeatedly, looking pretty grateful. Oh, thank you so much. I haven't been able to get any business done with all those scary thugs around. What thugs? What line of business are you in anyway? What? The man suddenly went pale. Ah, yeah. Oh, this isn't the guy. Okay, I gotta get going. He skittered off in alarm. Uh-huh. Norikawa left to wonder what this guy's line of work actually was. But he had more important things to worry about at the moment. He hurried off in another direction. Interesting. Before long, he arrived back at Café Le Trec. The clock on the wall showed that it was close to 2 o'clock. He had to somehow fill 6 more pages before the loan company came to Heaven Publishing to collect. He booted up his laptop. What's with this coffee shop? Said a low, stern voice. You got no good magazines here. Norikawa looked up. An older man was complaining to one of the waitresses. It was the same guy who'd been yelling at his daughter earlier. Oh, okay, that's, I don't remember any of the names. That's the fiance's father, right? Evidently he'd been at this cafe the whole time. Haven't you got any magazines for me to read? The man's face was a mask of irritation. Norikawa glanced at the magazines in a rack. They're mostly geared toward a younger reader. The waitress sifted through the stacks and pulled something from the back. Perhaps this would be to your liking, sir, she said. She held out an issue of 4-star general gossip. Don't be ridiculous, the man spat dismissively. This is vulgar, low-grade filth. I wouldn't even use the paper it's printed on for compost. There's a harsh way to put it, but Norikawa couldn't fault him for speaking the truth. The man continued grumbling as he went back to his seat. Excuse me. My nose tends to run when I talk a lot, so it's going to be running a little bit. Let's take a drink also. Okay. Norikawa headed to the magazine rack himself and picked up the gossip. He opened the front cover and found the scratch card still inserted within. If those things are still out there, it's bad news. Tama might end up even further in debt. Ah! Norikawa yanked the scratch card out and tore it to bits. Sir, what are you doing? The waitress rushed to stop him, only for the pieces to rain down on her like confetti. Magazine itself is still perfectly readable, Norikawa said. There's no problem here. He strode back to his seat and gazed at his laptop screen. Still hadn't finished booting up. In the meantime, he decided to give Chiaki a call. It's an old laptop. Mine took like a half a minute. She picked up right away. Hello? Norikawa asked. Hi there, good to hear from you, Chiaki replied. How's progress? I did it, Chiaki said, her voice overcome with emotion. I managed to get people to hear me out. Of course you did. You got your pointers from me. Yes, I couldn't have done it without you, Mr. Mino. Her mood had done a complete 180. Norikawa allowed himself a little sigh of relief. Okay then, he said, head back to the editing department and put together an article for me. You got it, sir, Chiaki chirped in reply. I'll email you as soon as I'm done with things on my end, Norikawa told her. Just use DDP to slot your piece into the right spot in the layout. DTP, abbreviation for desktop publishing, refers to the process of editing a manuscript layout on a computer preparatory to sending it to the printer. also used to refer to the software used for creating such layouts. Creating layout data that is ready for printing, but has not actually been printed yet, is also sometimes called DDP. Interesting. I did not know that. Sure thing. Norikawa hung up and then rolled up his sleeves. He sure was towing a pretty narrow line today, but the burning hammer event had kept him a little longer than anticipated. Now he needed to clean up his copy as soon as possible in order to stick to his schedule, not stick it to his schedule. That means something else. When he turned back towards his laptop, however, he froze with shock. What? His laptop monitor was still a black empty screen. There was no way it would take this long to finish booting up. Oh, it couldn't be. No, don't let it be true. Had his computer decided to pick now of all times to give up the ghost? Minorikawa felt the blood drain from his face. Oh no! Oh no! Is this a bad ending? No, it's a to be continued. Okay. Alright, so that's it for Minorikawa time. Dang.